Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity, and today I'm reviewing Canine on the Series X, developed by Puco and published by Dolores Entertainment. So what is Canine? Canine is a short, intense stealth game in the style of a PSX title. The premise is you take on the role of a boy looking for his dog, kidnapped by an evil corporation that runs experiments on pets. The game boasts mature themes, 2 different endings, challenges and a Game Plus mode, with runs being placed on a global leaderboard. First up is accessibility. With regards to accessibility, there is no options available besides very basic tweaks. There is no subtitle options or controller mapping, so should you have any hearing, motor or visual issues, this may not be the game for you. Next up is gameplay. In the last couple of years, a subgenre of the mainstream horror has been making its way onto console. Retro-styled horror games that often invoke a better understanding of what makes a horror horrible more than the modern games are taking centre stage. Developers like Puppet Combo have made a name for themselves at targeting a specific audience within the horror genre, and by all accounts it's thriving. So, me being a newbie to what this genre is about, I jumped into Canine with a fully open mind. The game starts with you taking control of a young boy whose dog has been dognapped by a dubious corporation that, rumours have it, used their dogs in some heinous experiments. Being a good owner, you're not going to let this happen and soon find your way to the building in question, which holds your dog, Toby. This is where you take control and you learn about the devious corporation from some NPCs lurking outside the building. With your dog's favourite ball in hand, you walk in determined to get your best friend back. Once inside, you manage to break into the core of the building, but in doing so, you become trapped. A quick chat with a dying NPC lets you know that some crazy scientists have created a half-dog, half-human monster similar to that of Anubis. This thing has been created for one purpose, to hunt you down and kill you, to see if it can be the ultimate weapon. Thankfully, before passing, the NPC tells you there is a way out if you can press 4 switches in the adjacent rooms, with the 5th located somewhere, but dies before saying where. Effectively, you're in a big cage, with a hulking monstrosity hunting you down, not to mention your first objective in trying to find your bestest pal, Toby. This all gives off Alien Isolation vibes, and in true testament to that, you can never tell if the monster is scripted to pop up or deviously built to wander around this semi-open world just searching. To combat this monster, you have the power of a ball. That's right. This beast may be half human, but fetch is its true weakness. Throw the ball using the A button and this dog monster will run after it and keep it occupied long enough for you to escape. Don't worry, if you lose your ball and can't retrieve it, there's a large selection of balls stored in room E, which is also doubles up as a safe zone. There are 6 rooms in total, 2 have keys and 1 has your bestest pal. Going through this is trial and error, with you needing some areas to really keep an eye out for the correct path in order to find the switch or the key. Ensuring you know the path well will help you escape your relentless pursuer, though don't think for a second you can outrun it. Whilst you get a run function, it's based on a small stamina bar that slowly decreases when in use and increases when not. Regardless, if running, you won't ever outrun the beast, and is best used in rounding corners or short sprints to closing doors. If you do get out alive, you will be given a star ranking from 1 to 5, with specific criteria met, like not dying and keeping Toby's ball. Each of these elements plus the time it took you will provide you with a score, which is then placed against all those who have come before you globally. I can only imagine the #1 spot for speedrunning this game. Next up is graphics. Visually, the PSX art style oozes charm and invokes a certain uneasy nostalgia in me that is hard to place. Many games of Resident Evil nightmare creatures and the blocky natures of those early horror titles stirred a deep tenseness in me that I'd long forgotten. Where newer audiences may balk at the blocky looks, it still does a fantastic job of conveying the horror of corpses that it did many moons ago. The best, of course, is the creature design, which resembles an Egyptian god that once catches you will cause you to jump. Its slow, cumbersome movements is perfectly balanced with its huge stature and cold, dead eyes that somehow gives the impression of watching you even when you know it cannot see you. Like Alien Isolation's main enemy, you will learn to always keep an eye in the distance for something lurking. Lighting is also well done in the game, ensuring that there's enough ambience to understand where you are going, but enough darkness for you to squint down a pixelated corridor, wondering if the beast is making its way towards you. Overall frame rate and stability was superb, and at no point did I see any tearing or popping, regardless of the horror that chased me. Finally, its sound. When it comes to music in this game, the soundtrack draws hard on the typical stereotypes of horror. It's clear the developer has studied what sound and tracks embrace the gut-turning feelings and when and where to let the sound do the work. For example, when the beast is getting closer to your proximity, the game showcases some sort of sci-fi dog whistle, ensuring that even if you don't see him, you won't accidentally stumble into the monster's path. To combat the deadly sound of death stalking you, the safe zone switches up the accompanying music to a more upbeat sound in a bid to melt away the stress. However, the moment you leave the room, the terror of the creature stalking you reverts back to shred your nerves. My recommendation here would be a good quality soundbar to really enjoy the ominous sounds of this unique beast hunting you. And this leads me on to the rating of the game. Now, I rate games in order of avoid, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for Canine is a great purchase. The game's entry into this unique retro-styled horror subgenre is fun and engaging. Your first run will be a little challenging, which will get easier each subsequent runs. This, however, is still a niche game within an even smaller niche genre. But if you like old school horror games, this is one you should try out. The game is currently priced on Xbox at £6.69, or approximately $8, and depending on your skill and patience would give you about 30 minutes for your first run, with subsequent runs getting smaller and smaller to about 15 minutes. Combine this with challenges, endgame mode, and a global ranking, you can easily quadruple the time. Without a doubt, this new genre is definitely hitting the spot for me, being an older gamer. And to those who are younger, I would recommend you try this out, even to taste what I believe will soon become a bigger thing in the future. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.